Hello, everyone. My name is Sihle, and welcome to this edition of the Exness podcast. I'm here with Terence Hove, Exness Senior Market Strategist. Today, we're going to be talking about doing business in Africa and how we navigate around efficient payment systems. Welcome, Terence.
Thank you, Sihle. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about a few things lately, and one of the topics that have been on my mind is brokers and their ability to do business in Africa efficiently. And also with the thing with payment systems, because there has been a thing going around that, Africa doesn't have a lot of efficient payment systems because we all know that in order to be effective in this industry, you need to ensure that your clients can withdraw and deposit money seamlessly. Because if clients can't withdraw or deposit seamlessly, then it means they can't trade. If they can't trade, which means then you can't be in business. What do you think are the prerequisites in order to be able to succeed and do business well in Africa, especially as a multi-asset broker like Exness?
Yeah, thanks again, Sihle. Always a pleasure for us to have these conversations. And I know this particular topic is one where we've had very insightful conversations amongst ourselves and, with our wider colleagues as well. And, being very passionate about doing business in Africa, and our African footprint as Exness. One thing that I think has made us very successful, at Exness in doing business in Africa is partnering with the right partners. The partnership model that we've developed at Exness has really enabled us to reach, cultures and communities that would have been otherwise closed, if we had tried to reach them directly, or if we had reached them directly, it would have taken time to really penetrate the product through that. So the partnership model, I think, was the first idea we got right, and then getting the right individuals to run those initiatives. For example, in your team, you've got the different key account managers, the relationship managers that then manage that process and execute that strategy you would have developed, for your region to reach those partners and to develop those partners. Because internally, we also have a very strong partner development program where we upskill them in terms of business efficacy, provide them the right tools and services, including the resources for them to be able to grow their business. And there's something that, is very integral for this type of business to succeed, and which is something that I've seen in terms of, communicating with different clients across different countries in Africa. The first thing is internet access. So the product team at Exness has been very good at developing mobile apps that are easy to execute and transact on. So it makes that trading seamless. And if we look at Africa, one of the key things is the youth that it has. And that youth is spending a lot of time on their mobile devices.
True.
Yourself and myself are youthful, but
at heart,
at heart, and different from the earlier, the younger generation, who tend to spend a lot more time, on their handheld devices, and that's where a lot of the trading is going. So, developing products where they can trade on that platform was the first thing we got right. In addition to our partnership program. And then the second thing was partnering, as you mentioned, payment systems. Africa has got unique payment platforms, if I can call it that. And I think, including our regional director, when you speak, during the weekly or monthly discussions on how you guys drive, onboarding the different and various payment solution providers as well. It's been vast.
Yes.
People don't bank with banks anymore.
Sure.
We've seen, for example, in East Africa, how mobile money has really grown in the different ways that has been used. And that has transcended a lot into other parts of Africa. I mean, you've got big mobile subscribers, mobile operators, sorry, such as MTN, developing Momo, in Nigeria, that payment platform that they have, because the biggest account is actually not an account, at a big bank anymore. It's actually your cell phone number, because you've got a lot more mobile subscribers than you have account holders. So the mobile number becomes an account, a wallet.
Yeah.
Here in South Africa, we've got different mobile payment solutions. E-wallet is a very popular one. It was very innovative and one of the first, in its form, when it came through. So I think that's what we've been able to do to drive that innovation through our partners, through providing, efficient trading platforms on mobile devices, and also partnering with the right payment solution providers and a wide array of them as well.
So for a payment system to be regarded as efficient, what characteristics should it have, or what features must it provide, especially for the African trader? And also keeping in mind that the majority of the African population is youth, is young people. And we know that young people behave differently compared to other generations. They are more, they embrace technology more, right? So with that in mind, in this industry, what characteristics do you think payment systems need to have to make them youth-friendly, especially for trading purposes?
I think, if we look at a product, for example, such as Instagram, how it was in its initial form and how it has changed over the years. The key thing they've managed to get right is simplicity. It's become very simple. If you look at the growing population, including the older population as well, the simpler a product is to use, the more friendly it becomes, and the easier you can, spread the word that this is the right platform to use, so in general. So if we look at the model that we've taken, at Exness, for example, is the key ingredient is the simplicity of use and the efficiency of execution. If we promise our clients that withdrawals are instant, there's a transaction relationship that happens from withdrawing from your Exness platform, and then that transaction is routed to different service providers. Now that service provider becomes integral for us as Exness to uphold our promise in making sure those funds get to our end user instantaneously. And if that relationship is not efficient, it doesn't serve us nor our client, because our client gets frustrated because what is visible to them is the withdrawal click button on the Exness platform. What happens in the back end is not obvious to them. And frankly, I don't think that they are much concerned other than withdrawal, and within the hour, the funds are there. Yes. So simplicity is the first ingredient, and efficiency. The rate at which the transactions can be executed, seamlessly. And the third is communication. These are human systems at the end of the day. World-renowned service providers do go through glitches. There could be a bug in the system, a server failure, or some form of disaster that has happened, unpredictable. And our ability to timelessly communicate that to our client, for us to be able to manage communication. So that service provider being able to communicate to us at Exness that there's a problem that has happened, and in turn our ability to timelessly communicate that to our client. I think those are the three key ingredients.
So my observation when it comes to trading and partnership especially within the CFD or the brokerage or the multi-asset brokerage industry, is that this industry contributes massively into the African economy. There are many livelihoods that this industry looks after in this continent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll touch briefly on the partnership side. So we have a division that we call Exness Partners, as many of our viewers that at home, wherever they are, may know. So basically, becoming an Exness partner means that you partner with Exness in the business of referring clients to Exness, and then you could potentially get remunerated for that. And the amount of rewards that partners have received in the last couple of years is massive. I mean, there are a lot of guys who have made this their business. They've made it their career to basically jump on online platforms and talk about trading and become influencers and provide information and provide knowledge. They don't give advice, but they just share the knowledge and they share the platform. So because of that reason, you see somebody who wouldn't necessarily have gotten a chance maybe to earn a corporate job, but because they've taken it upon themselves to refer clients to Exness, and they get rewarded for that. It's been amazing to see the number of lives that have been changed. Now, on the trading side, what are the opportunities that are there? I mean, I think we all know that trading carries a degree of risk, but also with risk comes opportunity. So what are the opportunities that are presented by participating in trading the financial markets, especially for the African trader?
Yeah, I think, the point you've made is very, valuable in terms of highlighting that for you to succeed in life in Africa, there was history then changed, but where we are now, you need to get into a good corporate. And if you're outside of a good corporate, you are sort of left out in the cold. And but what we've also seen, across the Atlantic, where, in New York, even in London, where someone who has the knack and ability to trade, because there are some naturally born traders who get it, who understand, how to trade a market and when to trade a market and literally how to trade. They've got the knack of being able to manage risk, do the numbers, and execute the trades at the right levels. There is that gift. And we've seen them in places such as London, such as New York. They've gone on to create successful lives for themselves without necessarily having had to have gone to an Ivy League university, or having had to work for, the biggest,
trading floors of the banks.
Exactly. So the opportunities, for African traders that are out there is upskill yourself. The information is now readily available in the market, with regards to free information. Upskill yourself, understand what opportunities are there. And for a little fee, you can actually start taking part, in the world of trading. You start off with your $10 and you build it up from there. No star is made overnight. And I think, especially when you utilize simple and efficient platforms such as, the ones we offer at Exness, traders and aspirant traders in Africa can really grow, their businesses, both as a trader and, as you mentioned, the partnership programs that we offer. And we are there to provide both levels of support as well. When you're a client, individuals such as myself are there to guide and advise clients on how to better look at the market. Through the years of experience shared, we've got a team of market strategists at Exness, and we're able to assist you in that journey, that trading journey, your risk management, your trading psychology. And from a business perspective, we've got yourself who are able to onboard clients into that, partnership program and give them the right tools for them to become successful. So the opportunities are there because you can be both a trader, a successful trader, and also run a successful partnership business. So that's two streams of revenue that the African trader and partner can utilize. And guess what? you are getting involved in the same
Yeah.
action that New York and London are getting involved in. It's
Yeah.
the same market.
Same market, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting to see some of the guys who have become very successful doing exactly what you explained, who have become Exness partners, and they've went on to build successful careers. I mean, guys here in South Africa, guys in Nigeria, guys in Kenya, basically all over the continent.
Yeah.
And I think one of the misconceptions is that the only way to take advantage of this industry is by becoming a successful trader, which comes with a lot of pressure. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because becoming a successful trader is not something that can happen overnight.
And it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
However, if you're really struggling as a trader for whatever reason,
Yes.
it does not mean that you need to exit the industry.
Yes.
Like there are other opportunities that you can take advantage of. I mean, earlier on, I touched a bit about partnership, which means you can become what we call an IB, an introducing broker, which means you make it your business to refer clients to the broker. And usually IBs are people who operate offline. I mean, they have courses that they run seminars, some of them provide trading ideas, but also there's another model called affiliation. This is basically somebody who has a knack for the online or the digital space. It will be usually somebody who's running a blog, a website, or somebody who has a huge following on social media. So these are people who are really somewhat shy, who don't want to have a personal sort of interaction with clients. However, because of the quality of the content they curate or create, it then attracts people to their platform, whether it's a website where they go in depth with regards to maybe analysis, education, whatever the case is. And then their goal there is obviously to persuade the client to eventually open a trading account with Exness. And obviously there's a reward for that. So there are many opportunities. If you're somebody who has mastered the whole online space, mastering and capturing an audience using a website, a blog, social media, whatever the case is, there's definitely an opportunity for you there. Or if you're somebody who prefers to do business offline, you're good with people, you can approach people and talk to them about markets and doing seminars offline, there's also an opportunity for you there. And also, obviously, if one of the few people who really take it a step further and really want to study and master the markets, then obviously there's an opportunity there. And the one thing I like about this industry is that you can literally run or manage a big business. And I say big business intentionally because a big business is basically measured by numbers. Right? You can run a big business, right, without leaving the comfort of your home.
Yes.
You can run a big business without employing any staff, without buying any stock, and be as successful as people who employ other people and work in an office. What are some of the coolest things that you think you can attribute to the business of trading?
Yes, I think to that point, one of the cool things, as you mentioned, you can actually create a successful business, while you are set in front of your computer. So that's very limited overheads. You need a good internet connection. And if you go the social routes, at least, a nice, decent iPhone with the ring light for you to be able to create good content and decent sound. And as simple as that, and you could start that business, as you mentioned, with the partnership program that we have at Exness. We've got different forms of it, the actual on-the-ground introducing brokers who also have online presence as well, and including affiliates as well, who create digital assets that direct traffic to Exness. Now, through this, because of our policies, like any financial institution, you cannot really disclose individual success stories. But to the point that you've made, through those channels, that introducing broker, that you've got your laptop, you create your business plan, you attract traffic to your office or to your platform, call it an online meeting room, where you're able to teach or guide people with regards to trading. Trading is risky, very risky. One is able to introduce those individuals to the Exness platform and let them get on with their trading activities. the affiliates create digital assets. Maybe that's a strong point that you might have. You create these digital assets that direct traffic, and that's another additional source of revenue. And this is all created pretty much on the desk this size, if maybe not for some having been smaller, but like any successful business, over time, over the next year, 2, 3, you can see that growth that has come through. And those stories in some region, Sinclair, have gone on to speak volumes, in the hundreds of thousands of US dollars, a few, a couple of million euros as well in terms of the profits that have been made. So that's quite remarkable, especially if we consider what someone's earning potential over their career would likely look like. And the short space of time one can use this platform and this opportunity to actually turn things around. But most importantly, when you partner with the right broker, such as a multi-asset international broker, is Exness. I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, we can't emphasize that enough, because just like brokers manipulate trading conditions. You have some that mistreat their partners or introducing brokers, and they don't share the pie well, if we can call it that. But at Exness, it's all above board, it's all transparent, and it's paid out daily. It's as your clients are trading, as your business is growing, you see the numbers, and you see all the effort translating into the actual figures. So that's the cool thing. I think that's the biggest thing, in that you can transform your life, with the tools in your hands and with your personal drive, and become your own personal success story, as we've seen.
I think my takeaway from this, Terence, and thank you for your insight, is that as lucrative as this industry is, the barrier to entry is pretty low. So anyone can take advantage of all the opportunities if they care to obviously educate themselves and give themselves time. They can basically master any of the aspects of the industry. So I think maybe for anyone who may want to take advantage of all the opportunities that come with this industry, you're more than welcome to visit exnessaffiliates.com, where you can read up about the IP business model as well as the affiliate business model. If you want to learn more about Exness, its product offerings, you can visit exness.com, and you can also find us on social media, on Instagram at Exness Africa. We are available on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, and Facebook. Thank you for now. Until next time, take care.